Alrighty then, hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Kirby's Dream Land 3. Last time, we started up in Iceberg. We did 3 pretty involved levels. We met some familiar friends, met some new friends, met some friends from another game. And yeah, we will be continuing on with Iceberg today. I have written down that this is that most of these levels here are pretty long for the rest of this. We'll probably finish up the rest of the base game and then do the last boss stuff next video here, because I don't know how long that's gonna take, but... yeah, we're not really too much left here, though, otherwise. I have written down in my notes that I'm going to be using fire a lot, though, going forward, and I'm going to need to take fire very, very far in the level here, if not to the very end. So... Fire and Rick is pretty nice, though. It's pretty much just the standard classic fire ability, not the burning fireball ability. So... that aspect of it is really, really nice, whenever Rick can get that. Guess you could say this hamster's packing heat. Do the kids say that these days? Nah, the kids probably don't even know who this hamster is. They're probably more concerned about Jason Momoa twerking in Fortnite or something weird like that. There's some secret doors here. I have written in my notes to take Ku to near the end of the level, so that's what we're going to be worrying about here. Oh, I see I have Ku and Rick. I don't know if it has to specifically be Ku, but that's what I have written in my notes here, so... I don't like that I have no health. That is very concerning to me here. Oh my god, Ku, can you stop, like, running into every little thing here? I do have it written down that Ku and fire breaks most of this level, though, so... that's what we will probably try and make use of here. Thankfully I have an ability that can let me dash through this stuff here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these penguin enemies come back in Forgotten Land and actually give the ice ability in those. I don't know if they're in any other Kirby games, but it surprises me that they don't give ice in this game. Like, they're not the same as, like, the Pengy enemies from, like, Adventure and those games, but... oh, this Garbo here. Okay, the fact that I can actually stop this ability does make that room way better. I remember I was hit a lot throughout that room in my practice run there. Yeah, this room here's the weird one here, because we got to break all this ice here. I'll see if I remember what my notes... I'll see what my notes say here, because I think break ice, go through room with the flowers, which I think is referring to this. And yeah, now we have to switch to Choo Choo here. So we can blow this up here. Now we have to switch back to Ku here. We kind of have a bit of a character switching puzzle here. This stuff is really neat here. It's just, you kind of have to pay attention to where you're going here. I don't think we need pitch for anything. This room, I believe we have to go through. Yes, this is where the shell of the level is, the hidden item that we were looking for. It seems weird, because I think there is more you can explore in that room with Ku there, but not really stuff we have to worry about too much there. And we have a very bizarre mini-boss here, because Yeah, the hitbox is like its head, but it doesn't really show that often. It's very, very bizarre. Can I just, like, fly over these bone guys here, please? Don't want to die here. But I will need health for the next level here, though, for sure. I like these Kaboo guys. Way through here. I would really love some health from the goal game. I love how we're seeing more bats here. I'm literally in a state where I should have a hitbox. Why does that happen? I'm just not even gonna question anything anymore, man. Anyways, we helped the snail get its shell back there. I didn't really mention this last time. Maybe I might mention this in editing, but, like, if you fail the objective in the Samus level, you actually don't see her without the helmet, which is kind of a nice touch. This level, very cute kitty on the cover here. But this level is very long, and we gotta do the entire thing with a certain animal buddy, one that you can probably guess a mile away. I'll meet you guys back in a moment. Alright, yep, I got the character and the ability I want for this level here. This level is long. It's probably the longest level in the game. I think there's something like 30 screens to this level. And, of course, you get a fire ability literally right at the start of this level when I was spending so much time looking for one a minute ago. You have to do this level entirely with Nago, which, honestly, is not that bad. Nago is a really fun party member. I'm talking like this is an RPG here. Nago's just a really fun character to use in this game, I've noticed. Kitty has a lot of really great abilities. Every other animal buddy is in this level, but they don't matter because we gotta get all the way to the end with Nago here. Now, that's really the only stipulation, honestly. It's not like you're not, like, limited in any other way, you know? You're using a very good ability, or good partner who has good ability coverage. I think there are some healing items throughout the level here, and it's not that punishing. It's just one of those levels you gotta, like, take your time in, and again, it is a marathon-length level here. So, get comfortable and just kind of enjoy the ride. It looks really pretty. I love the aesthetic of these levels here a lot, but that's basically about it here. So, thankfully, stuff like this, I mean, you don't need to go after all the stars there. You can easily just kind of ignore certain things. I'm going to be ignoring, like, smaller collectibles here because I don't need to worry about them too much. Usually, whenever you see the animal friend rooms, you know you're probably about, like, maybe every 20% of the way through the level, maybe every, like, 5 or so screens. I think there's, like, 30-ish screens in the level period, so I'm just taking Nago and this ability in particular, because this ability is really, really, really good. As I've stated before, Nago just gets some of the best, like, ability combos here. This one's really good for clearing out big rooms of enemies here. It's not too bad otherwise. So, I guess when I'm kind of going through this, I could probably talk about maybe my other thoughts on, like, this game, because I feel like I have kind of grown a better appreciation for this game, and I think some of my problems with it have kind of become even more apparent in a way. Because I used to think this game was just, like, you know, it was the different objectives and stuff that kind of, like, off-put me from doing this for so long, and, you know, most of the time, I think most of the objectives are ones that I was able to figure out pretty easily, and, like, once you get the hang of it, I do think this game is quite fun. I think that, you know, levels like these are kind of more the standout ones, where they throw a lot of the cool levels at the end, but I think a lot of the earlier levels just feel very kind of just there in a lot of places, you know? A lot of levels I feel like just, they're not long, but they feel long in a way, because usually it'll be like, once you are done with the objective, you're kind of just through a generic screen of, like, kind of generic enemies in some places. And I think that's kind of my, like, sticking point for a lot of it, is, like, a lot of stuff kind of starts to feel samey in the second half of the game. I'm just gonna take this nice and slowly here. More animal buddies that I don't want. Again, you do not get Nago in this level at all, so... Ooh, that actually almost startled me there. The fact that I started flying up through the room there. I think we're definitely past the halfway mark of the level, though. Like, I think we're getting pretty far in, if not close to the end. Can't do that without ice, but that's fine. You don't need fire for this. Again, I just like having fire. I do like the levels in this game that have, like, the cameos and little references like that here and there. I think those are always a breath of fresh air whenever those show up. Not too often, but not enough to be, like, a detriment either. So, that part is genuinely really cool, though. And just trying to think... What else are some of the things I really like about this game? The music's generally pretty good. I've grown an appreciation on a lot of the soundtrack of this game, even though... I feel like it's stuff I would have heard in other Kirby games. Like, I think some songs appear in, like, Kirby 64 and Canvas Curse and a few games like that, but it's good stuff, generally speaking. Yeah, again, if the game just didn't have... They're not even that common, but the times where the game's, like, having an auto-scroller or having, like, a whole pick a path, hope you're right, and if you're not, well, lol, good luck, asshole. Like, those levels, I think, are just kind of poorly designed and poorly aged. So... I don't know if that was just a victim of the times, in a way, but... I think we're almost through here, now that I think about it here. I remember this one with the mummies being pretty late on. Nice face we have here, buddy. Yeah, okay, this room with the cannon things here is pretty much the end of this. Oh, thank God we are finally through this. And yay, the kitty's happy to see us here. Kirby's like, whoa, look at that. Really nice to see our kitty friend happy like this. Alright, and now it's time for the last level of the game here, which I didn't write any notes down on, but I remember this one being pretty straightforward here. Get this cute little angel fairy character. Oh, this song is so good. This is another song I first heard from that, Dream Collection CD that I had back in the day. I still do, but the Dream Collection comes with a soundtrack CD, as I mentioned before. And this is one of the songs that's included in that. It's this and the Ripplefield music, I think, are the two songs that get included in that. I don't think it matters which door we go through in any particular order. It's kind of just for the animal buddies here. Yeah, okay, we need to take Spark for this here, for this first little bit here. We basically are going to be taking every ability in a certain order here, and then doing a bunch of mid-bosses with them. This is kind of like the boss tower level here. But yeah, this is a track called The Last Iceberg. I think it's a really, really great level theme here. And otherwise, this is kind of just a boss gauntlet here that's not too difficult, because most of the mid-bosses in this game are pretty easy. I don't even remember where we fought Blocky in this game before to begin with. Like, most of the bosses you only fight, like, once each, so... And yeah, we're gonna be trying to collect all these, like, feathers here. We're trying to, I guess, rebuild the angel's wings, I guess, or something of that nature. So... Oh, shoot. But, yeah, basically that's all we're going to be doing in this level here. Can you, like, give me... Oh, God. I think I remember the name of this thing is called, like, Jumper Shoot, I think. Bro, can you please attack me with something here? Oh my freaking god, bro, can you attack me with something? Please and thank you. This is so stupid. What the fudge is this? Oh my god. Thank god. You have to get every ability that these enemies drop here, because we'll have to use them. That's the whole gimmick of this level here. There's not much more to it than that. That was so dumb, though. And this guy again, who I think we just fought, like, earlier in this video here. This fight's really bizarre, though, I find. Okay, I guess you can just hit them when he's grounded there. But he gives ice when he's defeated there, so not too bad. Remember, you can also just disband Nago if you... certain abilities may not reach like that there. You can kind of just disband Nago to get the things you need. Here we actually need to get Cutter here as a change of pace. Thankfully, Nago and Cutter's actually a really cool ability, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, I do generally really like this level, or at least the idea of it. It's kind of the boss rush, but with a neat little twist attached to it there that's not too bad to kind of deal with there. Can get cleaning Kirby right there. Got a big Bobo here. This is one of the easiest mid-bosses in the game here, because it just kind of does its fireball attack here. Definitely not as hard as the Dreamland 2 fire mid-boss, I can tell you that right now. And now it's time for Captain Stitch. I think this is the last one of these here, too. Thankfully, I think Captain Stitch is a little easier in this game as well. I could be mistaken about that, but... Might also just be a screen real estate thing as well, though. Like, I feel like this room is way bigger than any room where you would fight Captain Stitch in Dreamland 2, so... Like, I definitely messed up fighting him a little bit there and still managed to go through. So, yeah. Hear that jingle? We know we got everything. Let's go on and finish this off here. This is the last of the Heart Stars in the game here. And I get nothing at the end. Great. Well, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Next time on Dreamland 3, we are in fact going to be taking on the main boss of the game here, King Dedede. I will see you guys for that then. That next time should be the finale. Maybe we might talk about some of the extras as well. There's a lot to kind of unpack with that, so I'll see you guys for that then. Have yourselves a great day. I've been Masterstarman, and I will see you guys then. Peace out.